next important thing is, we are done with books component, and we are done with book list, and we are also done with published books. Next a simple thing is add book. Simple one. Normal form should be created where 4 or 5 fields should be created. What fields you want to give? What are the fields we want to create here is these fields only. As we checked our application using backend, right? Here what are the properties we passed here? Title, description, author, publisher, right? All same for all these properties we have to use there in one form. We have to create front end one form, and there we have to write all these properties as a text fields, and then we have to create such form in add component here. Add book component. Going to create that add book component here. In components only we are going to create that component now. So here the new file is add-book dot component dot js file. So now it will be add book component here. Component, I want to rename it NENT component here. Okay, yeah, that's it. Now I am going to write the code for this also. That form has to be created now. Yeah, we created add book component now. So add book extends component here. Here also same unchanged title, we are taking all those 5 parameters into consideration, and here save book has to be done, right? Add book meaning is what? At the back end, save book only here. So now here state I am representing with all this one. So default ID I am taking null. Why? Because ID you cannot give, that is already generated, right? In the database itself it will be generated here, and default submitted will be always false here. Yeah, unchanged title, unchanged description. New value has to be set with the title with the new value, here. So for that field the values will be set here, all those one. Save book, when we are doing the save activity, so here all the properties will be taken. See, all these 4 properties we are taking. This dot state will be taken here as that variable as data. And now what we are doing, you observe, again we are calling the book data service here. And how we are able to call that book data service? Because we are importing it into our file here. We are making it available to our file here. Yeah, here book data service, right? And in that book data service, what are the files are available? What are the not files? What are the methods are available? So now to store the data, right? So add book means what? Store the data means what? Create only, right? So now observe here, I am going to call that method only now. Where is that? On change save book. Yeah, save book data is saved here. Yeah, now in this what I am doing, book data service. Yeah, save book is here opened here. Here it is not closed still. So in that I took data here. Okay, data is containing total 4 parts, and then the total 4 parts I am taking, and now I am sending that to one method called create method, which is present in book data service. Now then we are storing it. Then response has to be generated here with all these values, ID, data, and also data will directly come from ID and all. So because the response usually will come from server side here. Request will go from client side to the server side, whereas the response will come from server side to the client side here. All the data will be there, and if submission true, then that will happen. The response data will be console logged into console window. Here we can able to see the data. Next, new book always will contain ID as null here. That is the new book here always. Now I am just creating the form now. So for 2-3 kind of forms are there here. One is only normal submission form. I created one form called submit form here. In that simply your data submitted successfully, data will come. So when this will come, if you click all the fields properly, if you enter, and then if you click what we call add book, then this should be rendering, this should come. So what is this one? This particular division should be displayed. What is that? Your book data submitted successfully, and add one more. If you want to add one more, you can click again, you can click it again, that will open. Clear? And the next one is here, the actual input form will be here. So in this, if you see the container and all, some data here I am just displaying here. Yeah, that's it. Some data is here inside the division, some data is here. Yeah, so one field I am creating, input field here, type text, title this one, that value will be state dot title will be there. Like that I am creating for all the fields now. Description field, author field, publisher field, like this I am just creating all of them now. Now next, at the ending I am creating one button for the save book. Then save book method has to be called, right? Save book method has to be called. With that button I am creating something like success here, green color button it should appear. So for that purpose I just created like that now, and now just save this. That's it. So this is about our add book component here. So next we left out with yeah, our components are completed, I think so. Yeah, all components whatever we thought of creating completed. Not this one. Publisher completed, add books completed, books list completed, book component also. 4 components are there or not, do just check one, cross check. Yeah, 4 components are created now. So now what we have to do, we have to do routing, we have to do in the app.js. So here we have to do the routing. So I don't want to have this, all these things which are predefined things. Okay, I don't want to have predefined things. I want to have our own data here. I want to use whatever it is installed just now, React router DOM, right? So I want to use that React router DOM, and I want to create certain router links here for mapping. What component has to be displayed with what path? That is what here. See, books, not this one. Yeah, add book is the path. If or add, at least add is the path used for add book. Books is the path used for books list. Like this. This is what we have to. Books and slash publish is the path for publisher books component. So that we have to map here in our main app.js file here. Yeah, I just created here now. Yeah, some special bootstrap if you want to use, and here I'm using the special bootstrap here, which is from list. Bootstrap is installed, right? So in node modules the bootstrap will be there inside that dist folder. CSS imported, and next app.css. If I want to do some changes to my CSS, this is the default CSS. I don't want this CSS now. I want to change CSS. So for what are the elements are there in app that one? If you want to change it, you can able to change the entire application. Whatever you want to change, you can able to change them. Okay, yeah, here see, here I am using the link here. So how I am able to use this link tag and all, because I am using here what you call like React router, browser router as a router, React router DOM I am using. So now using that I can able to get here switch route and all those things I can able to use here directly. So now if you observe here, I just created a form where a navigation bar is created. Books application is one link, then next is books link, next is add link. So now this is the people will click here. So if somebody clicks here, books only will open. If somebody clicks books, again books/books only will open. And if somebody clicks here, that will be rotate to, this is the main link here, that's why it's reference. And next if I click somebody add here, then it will route to /add. If somebody clicks publish, it will route to published here. That's it, that is the link here. Next is This is the way we are giving the path here. So it has to be switched now. So this is the place where container here in which the data will be displayed here. So how the data will be displayed here, we will see here. So the routes, different routes are defined here with exactly path if matches with either slash or slash book. Slash means nothing, normal slash or slash books, that should give to book list component. And if somebody is add, then it go to add if something is there with specific ID, then go to book component here for either publishing activity or for that activity. Next, if anything is the slash publisher, then go for published book here. Right, yeah. So this is about your app.js here. And now in this app.css, I just want to give some css to all the files here. So different files are there in the list, right? Yeah, books list is there in this. What are the files are there? Different forms are there here, not files, forms. One is edit form is there. Here I gave that names for each form, where I gave, yeah, not here, where I gave books list in book, I think. Yeah, here I gave the class name I gave is edit form. So that is our own class names. I just gave something like edit form here. Next, something like here update form also I gave edit form. For this edit form, I think somewhere I gave update form. Yeah, here in book component we have something like here some names I gave to each form. Yeah, edit form is there in book component here, and like this in add book component I have something like submit form, I think so. Some name I gave to the form. Yeah, submit form. Like this we have. Now for all of them I just want to apply some stylings now. So to apply stylings, we are going to use app.css file here. Here we are going to apply the stylings now. Edit icon form. For this class I want to apply some CSS, some color I want, some background color I want. Like this for submit form also I want to give. Here I just give the list has to be displayed like this, and some color, indigo color I give, something like the submit form should be with blue, white, and all. Like something, some edit form should be there here. That's it. Now save this one, and to run our application in other port we have to use .env, I told you, right? So just write .env now. That is, again I am telling you, if you wish, if you want, then only you will be using. If you don't want, then it is not required here. not in service, directly in the books front only. This application only you have to create that one. Yeah, dot env we have to create. I just mentioned that port number as 80.
That is, if we don't want to run the application in default 3000 port, then we can change it. Yeah, so here we are getting some error, something like book list component. We will see what is that error here. Yeah, we'll open that book list component in the book front. We'll see what is the error here. I will terminate this job, and again I would like to start it. npm start. Yes, it is starting. So meanwhile, we'll check here. Yeah, yes, it is starting in the 8081. Why? Because I use the port number 8081, right? So earlier it is used to be starting 3000 default, but now I changed it to 8081 in the environment env, right? File. I changed it. Port number. Yeah. So now check book component is properly there, and add book component is there, as well as book list component is there. So I would like to have a recap. So recheck I want to do here whether I have mentioned everything properly or not. So because I would like to integrate this my front end with back end, so I would like to check it one more time. Yeah, published book. Yes, import published book means published book class is available here, class component, and next book list. Yes, class component is also available here. And check, yeah, everything is imported or not. Yes, even that router and all those things are imported. Yes, add book component, and book list, books list is published book also imported here. And I would like to recheck this. Yes, save this, save the file. Here also open this book service here and check all the methods are developed. Yes, all are there. And again open the terminal. Here it is showing some error here. And just reload it, reload the browser, just close it. And now check for all the methods. Yes, yeah, it's all methods are properly mentioned here. And also check for that axios here whether properly imported or not, and check for that url here. Yes, base url is same. Yes, 9000 port correct for backend. Web api is the name for our application. And also check whether the repositories are properly mentioned or not in the backend. And also check for all the methods properly implemented in the backend because we are going to start, right? Yeah, so mapping, yes, with web api is our api name. And here we are using an annotation like something class cross origin here, and where we mention that origin is equals to our front end application running host address. That address we are mentioning 8081. So usually default it is 3008, but we are making it to run in 8081. So why we have to mention that in this backend here is it is very important that sometimes as we are running our backend application as well as front end application in the same machine, right? In my computer only I'm running both of them. So sometimes cars policy issues will come, so that is like some cross cars policy issues will come. So to avoid such issues we will be using here this cross origin here, origins, that value will be mentioned here, so that it will be removing that. And also check one more time server port is mentioned properly 9000. Yes, and yes, books data is the name of that table. Yes, web api is also properly mentioned. Yes, and now I would like to start the application one more time. npm start. Before starting I just check everything properly mentioned or not. Yes, it is started. So now it will open in the browser here. And before that I would like to open my table here. Yeah, so here everything is properly there, but as of now only one book is there, right? So that Python programming made easy. Only one book was there, which is already added here with the help of earlier one, that is Postman. Through Postman we added that one, right? And here now we are going to add through front end here, our React application. We are going to add the books to our application. Yeah, opened here. See, so first the directly application is opened, and where we can able to see the localhost 8081. This is the default address here. No slash, nothing is there. This is a default one. So default one we already made it to books here. That is the reason. Whatever the books are there, books list is there. But as of now, only one book we are able to see. Right at the back end, only one book is there. That is what we are able to see at the front end also. We can able to search the books here with the help of keywords here. P is present here, right? So that's why with go. I'm touching with another one. So go with Go, no book is there. With P, Python book is there. Right? That's why it is showing that book here. Now click books here. There we see slash books. All the books will be present here. The list books list is there. And if we want to add any other books here, then we will see. We will click add here. Then we'll be prompting with that one, and published books also here. If you want to see only the books which are published, then we can see in the published tab here. But as of now, no book is published here. Only one book was there, and that too, that book is not yet published here. See, that value is 0, right? So that is the reason it is not yet published here. If its value is 1, then only it's called published, but default it will be 0 here. Then how can we make it to be published here? By editing that particular book here. So but before that, I would like to add few more books to our application. As it is having only one book, now I would like to have other books into our application here. I'm just writing something like title is cricket and it's a good sport, just like that I'm adding. You can write whatever you want and you can add whatever you want here. And just I'm writing some other name, some Nishan, something like this, some Sundar, something, some just like some publisher name here, and just click the submit button. Yeah, yes, your book data submitted successfully. This is the message we are able to see here. If you want to add one more book here, simply click that one, then it will go to again slash add here, right? So that will again fetch the form here, and where again you can able to add one more book if you want to add. See here, again click books list here, where we are able to see two books are there here, as one book is earlier one. Yeah, now for that again next book is added. And if you observe the id is 3. Why? Because id two books we added with the help of Postman earlier, but we removed one book, right, with the name id 2. That's why that is id 2 removed. But whatever we added now, the new id is 3 here, right? But two books are there. So to books title and all the related data books, if you want to see, simply click on one book, then side we can able to see the data. But status is still pending. What is the meaning of status here? Is published status. Still it is not published. Default it will not be published, right? No one is published default. If you want to change it, we can edit that book and we can able to change it. And here I would like to add one more book to our application here. So the book name, just like that, I'm taking science, life science, something life sciences, some other author name Nihal, and some publisher. You can write whatever, some XYZ, some ABC Limited. I would like to submit this one. Yeah, book data is submitted successfully. We prompted with that message, and yeah, we can, if you want to add one more, yes, we can able to add. No, I don't want to add one more. Just see the books here. Total 3 books are available here, right? Now what I want to do, I want to edit this book here. So here for editing I just shown only two things, are title and description, but you can mention anything whatever you want to edit here. But my intention is here to change the publishing status here. Status is still pending, right? Default it is pending. Now I want to change it. To change it, we made one button like publish it button here. So click publish, then publish. If you want to delete, you can delete. No, I don't want that. I simply want to update that one. So with the published value, I want to updated successfully, right? Book was updated successfully. We prompted with that message. Now go to books, and here we are able to see 3 books are. Now you observe your published column, we have one book here which is published, but earlier if you see, no column, no book was there in the published column, right? Because that was a default added is no publishing will be there. But if you want to change the status to published, then we have to edit the book. Clear, right? Yeah. Now go to books and go to other book also here, cricket. Now edit for the cricket, and here also I want to change. Click the publish here. Yeah, yes, it is changed to published, and then click update here. Now we can see that book was updated successfully here. Now if you see the published column, two books are there, right, which are published, except Python, other cricket and licenses are published, and Python is not yet published here, right? So like this we can able to see here all the books. If you want to add one more book if you want to add, yes, we can able to add other books also here. And with this we completed all these request here, different request, all these API operations we are completed, right? That is get with all books, right, completed, and post with the books, right, that is inserting, yes, we are done with that one. And next to get with one book here, means only one book details. If you want, see, click that one particular book separately and then click for edit here, then that is called selecting of only one book separately, that is /4 is there, right? So which means books with the ID will result into a specific book here. Here also books/1, right? So books/1 means ID is one. That's why one specific book is there, right? So we can able to uh, select that one. So get with ID also done, post also done. Next to put with ID. Put is nothing but updating the book value here. So if you want to update the book value, already we did that one, right? Editing is nothing but what? Updating only. We are updated that published value. Delete also we can able to do here, and delete with ID also we can able to do here. As we are clicking that edit option, there we are getting three options, right? One is publish we can able to do, and next is something like edit we can able to do, and also update, delete also we can able to do, right? So with that we are finished with all the applications. And now if you see here, that is what our full-fledged full stack application. We React, Java with Spring Boot and MySQL at the back end, right? So with this we are finished. And if you want to talk about our particular project's architecture one more time, here we can see React, where we components are developed and router service and all. And in the backend side, we use Spring Boot and the Spring controller, and also Spring JPA, front-end side React and Axios third-party module for HTTP request handling we have used here. And to connect with the database, we use one database called MySQL database here. And also this React, we are sending the request, and as per that data is stored inside the MySQL with the help of this Spring JPA as well as Spring REST controller here. So as of now, whatever we developed here, we have used only Spring REST controller and Spring JPA. Other than this, we can use so many other modules also in the Spring here. That depends purely on the project which we are doing. That is our requirement. That purely depends on the requirement here, right? So that is about React as a front end, and as well as Java with Spring Boot as a backend, and also MySQL as a database storage. We completed a project successfully here, and whatever it's been completed here, where in our computer only we established a front-end server, front-end application to host, as well as a back-end application to host, right? Yes. But in real-time situation, if we want to keep, or if we want to put all these applications, both front-end and back-end, in a server, remote server, yes, we can able to put that. That is called, if you want to move this application to a cloud, yes, we can able to move it to any of the clouds like AWS cloud, or something like Google cloud, or if you want to use something like Azure cloud, or whatever may be the cloud. If you want to keep our application into a cloud, yes, we can able to move this to a cloud here. But at build developing phase, we are checking this particular application, we are developing this application working properly or not. Yes, with our device we checked it properly, and by taking a local host here, right, by uh, developing in this one, yes, we are done. But the same one we can able to do in the cloud as well. Clear? So that's it, guys. I hope you people understood this session and all. So this is about your React with the Spring, Java with Spring application. Thank you, guys.